Oh, we're
Good
live. Hello,
morning.
everybody.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What can I say? Salt Mines 2020 online. It's something that I don't think anyone was prepared for or anticipated for, earlier this year, but we make it happen. I'm joined by, of course, Victra, who you should all know, but it is a little bit different to see him on the stage at a Salt event, I will admit. But thank you. Welcome and good morning, everyone. Salt Mines, we've got a whole day of content of just from all sorts of different community creators, and honestly just tournaments. Like we got 18 different tournaments running throughout 2 days here. So I'm really excited to show you all what we've come up with and what we've really done here. Because I mean, as most of you know, Salt Mines is an experience that's designed community first, and it's always been about connecting people and the players and the communities and the clubs and everyone. It's never been an experience that, although I am the face here, it's never been my project. It's been everyone's project. We've got the Fighting Game Club of Calgary, we've got Alberta Squid Swamp, we've got Super Smash Bros. University, we've got everybody, and they all come together and make this awesome, amazing event. And it's always been such an awesome collaboration, and I really wanted to preserve that feeling as best as I possibly could when I turned it to an online experience. And I thought the best way to do that would be to bring the actual connection of what people do outside of the tournaments to the forefront. So literally what we've done today is brought all panels, all exciting content from people within the community showing off what they do and what their skill set really does best. So I'm really hoping that you can enjoy that and really see what we've got going on. The benefit is we've also got a ton of giveaways and cool stuff coming around. I mean, as usual, we got some sponsors that come in hot. We've got Memory Express taking a big part in this. They're actually running Counter-Strike themselves with their own prizes, their own incentives. They're doing a huge thing. They've also got some cool swag, which I won't reveal till rock paper scissors. But
Get
you know,
ready. Big shout outs to Memory Express and big shout
yeah,
outs to our boy Ronnie over at Memory
yeah,
Express.
yeah. Ronnie and
We love
Arian
you, man.
have been huge for this event, so I really, really appreciate everything they've done. But also, we can't forget we've got Norquest College is a new one this year out of Edmonton. Norquest College is bringing in some prizing for us. They're pretty hype. They got some cool stuff going on. We'll talk about a little bit later. But they've been a good supporter for this one as well. And another new one, we got Herbaland involved. Herbaland's been really sick. They've got lots of little prizes and gummies. I've even got some to try myself here.
Yes, sir.
They do nutritional. Is it nutritional vitamin gummies? How do I explain that?
Yeah, nutritional vitamin gummies. So they're working with us with the Alberta Esports Association at large as part of our health and wellness initiative, which you guys should check out the panel for, led by Kristen Q, otherwise known as Cutie, our health and wellness exec on our team, and our partners at MindBuffs, who are registered psychologists. So shout out to them as well as our partners. It's part of our initiative, our health and wellness initiative. So we want to make sure that we're working and supporting sponsors and brands that we also believe in. And with something like Herbaland providing these nutritional vitamins in an accessible way, we want to make sure that you guys are healthy as well when you come out to our events. Because go ahead, Brad.
No. Trust me, we got lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool
stuff from Herbaland.
Yeah.
Like there's some cool stuff for and a lot of people are going to get stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I want to add. I want to add to this because it's kind of funny anecdote. It's going to like eat up into our hour, but like Brad and I, if you've gone to a tournament or you've been a part of a community in Alberta, chances are, you come to one of our events or we've come to one of your events, or at the very least, you would know one of the two of us, whether you're from Edmonton or Northern Alberta or Southern Alberta. And, I've been to tournaments, almost every major tournament for the last like 15 years. I see what you guys eat. All right. I know how people eat at events and how they don't take care of themselves, myself included. And I like the big moment for me to like change my eating habits at events to make sure that I perform at my best, because I'm still a competitor for certain games, is to eat healthy and to actually, get the right resources into you. And this was actually in 2015 at OdaFest when we had Hacks F Money come to our event. And I went out for lunch with him, and here I am in the food court with some sloppy mess that's going to make me lethargic in like 2 hours. And then Hacks has like, he's got a granola bar. He's got like a bag of like sliced fruit. He's got this incredible like meal for himself to keep himself light and healthy. So So Kristen and the psychologist will go more into this. I don't want to go into it too much, but they'll be going into like hand health, ergonomics, mental health, physical health. The psychologists are both sports psychologists and counseling psychologists that we're partnering with AESA long term. So it's going to be a really valuable panel for you guys to check out.
Absolutely, and that's such a great way to illustrate some of the awesome things that the community is bringing forward so that people can actually benefit from what we're doing. It's not just playing games, and not to understate the playing games. That is the most exciting part. Don't get me wrong. But it really is ways to help everyone succeed and learn and educate and entertain through gaming. And it's something that I'm really, really proud to be able to show off. And of course, talking about exciting games, we got the gaming stadium brought in a big prizing for Valorant today, and I know there's a ton of teams.
Shout out to TGS.
Yeah, they've been awesome, supportive, and they even got their own events going on. They've got tons of free tournaments like every week for lots of different games, always with cash prizing. It's actually insane. Their Discord is popping off because there's always events with cash prizing, and it's really impressive. So I highly recommend checking out the gaming stadium if you haven't already.
Yes, definitely check them out. They're stationed down in Vancouver, so they don't have to help us. You know?
Yeah,
they don't have to help us over in Alberta here, but they do, and we have a great partnership with them and with the people there. So big shout outs to TGS for sure.
It's really cool to see them like with the online change branching out into like more of a Western Canada perspective. Yeah, and speaking of Canada, I mean, talk about the old school OG Red Bull. They've been around supporting Salt since day one. Literally first event, dropping off cans for everybody. And I mean, they've just been so engaged and so involved. I really appreciate all the support that Red Bull gives us for these events. From day one, never ever questioned. And huge shout outs to, I'm going to call out Richard, because he is actually the man making everything happen behind the scenes. You don't know it, but he is making huge things happen for the community. So I really got to shout out Richard and Red Bull as a whole.
Yes, for sure. And I think this goes towards what we were saying before, in that we've had sponsors approach us, and you know, there's opportunities for us to reach out to certain sponsors but they might not align with our core values, with what we kind of believe, with our organization. And so we're very selective in that case as well. And all the sponsors that we've worked with are incredibly engaging with the community, and that's kind of where their priorities lie. So as an example, even with Rich at Red Bull, because we're going to give him some more shout outs here. Like, this is a guy in Calgary who looks after like all of sports and all of esports across like the prairie provinces, right? So he's not just doing gaming stuff, but he's doing like all the athletic stuff as well. But he still makes the time to come out to our events. He's driven up to my events in Edmonton to just come and say hi and hang out with people, right? And it just goes a long way. And that goes the same with all the other sponsors that we work with already, with everyone, with everybody else that we've listed. So that's kind of the one of our core values is just community. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that that's their priority, and it aligns with our values as an organization.
And I really we're gonna get into that in just a second, but I really want to stress that, like, today and tomorrow, every single tournament you see is run by a member of the community or a group in the community, and a lot of the prizing and support is provided by those communities as well. You know, like, I don't run Smash Ultimate, I don't run Melee. I still do sometimes, but not today. And like Mario Kart, Rivals of Aether, Splatoon, Pokemon, Unist, Tekken, Street Fighter, Dragon Ball, Diabotical, Valorant, like everything is run by the communities. Which it just goes to say, if there's any community you're interested in, believe me, it's there. There are people playing it. There's the support for you. And
if there's not, you can start it.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Can start it up, baby. Start it up.
100% be behind you. So start it up. We got you. We got you every time. That said, I want to dip in just a little bit to our schedule today before we get into why we're so supportive here, like what we really are doing, who we are here today. But we got all day long. We've got obviously we got the welcome here, but we've got the AESA Insight podcast, which is something cool. We'll talk about in a minute.
We'll talk about later.
2 o'clock, we got rock, paper, scissors, the favorite. We've actually managed to turn it online. I promise you, it is the same experience as it is in person, which is incredible. It actually might be better. It might be better.
It's better. If you didn't enter RPS, enter it now. I don't know if it's too late. Is it too late for them to enter?
You'll enter live. So
you'll enter live? All right. All right.
Do not miss 2 p.m.
Do not miss
here.
RPS. I'm telling you. How are we going to do RPS online with 250 people entered in this event. How are we going to make that happen? Well, you'll see. You'll see.
Be here live, 2
You'll see.
o'clock. Anyone can enter. That's Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Be here. I promise you it'll be a ton of fun. We're giving away like hundreds and hundreds of dollars of prizing. So trust me, it's worth it.
Sure.
Followed up after that is the Health and Performance Enhancement panel with QT and Mind Buffs, which we talked a little bit about. Then we got a Rivals of Aether workshop from concept to creation of character design and programming, which is really sick. We've got that's run by Savvy and Raven, I believe. Yes. And then we've got the Falling Femme Forum, which is a discussion with women leadership in the industry. We've got a bunch of local leaders within the industry that are going to be playing some Fall Guys and answering questions and just talking about their experiences and really encouraging positive change. And then, of course, we got ZGZ Productions ending the day, closing it out with some 3D Pokemon card art that he's going to be making live and doing some giveaways as well. And trust me, all these panels have cool things to show you and cool things to give away too.
Yes, tune in to all of them. Well, do you want to talk about the Sunday schedule, or should we talk about that tomorrow?
Well, all you need to know is that Sunday schedule is really sick too. I'm just going to highlight quickly. We're going to be announcing what we're doing at the mystery tournament. Don't miss that. We got Among Us with local content creators, some huge giants like Lumpy Touch, Proton John,
legendary Ben.
We got Bubs in there. We've got a ton of people. Fen from Calgary Game Devs. Like, trust me, it's a cool time, and it's going to be a lot of interesting personalities interacting with each other.
Yeah. In Among Us, so it's going to be great.
Yeah. And we've also got an intro to game dev, or exploring the game dev process with Jace from Little Hellions, which is going to be an incredible panel. We all know how popular Little Hellions is within Salt, and these guys have been crazy supportive. So I really want Jace to show off what he does and really the process of that, because Jace is a machine when it comes to game dev. It's incredible. And actually, he also had a hand in the rock paper scissors.
He sure did.
In there.
Wait for it.
And then, of course, we have Intro to 3D Printing Cosplay, hosted by Elise Porzellan.
You want to say hi to the fans, Elise?
Yeah,
completely
hiding behind the camera there.
Yeah, right behind us there.
Yeah. No tie.
And she's playing Genshin Impact, right? Story of my life, right? And every other guy out there, I'm sure, right? Don't worry, she'll text you back. She's just playing Genshin Impact.
But then, of course, we have an intro to Arena First-Person Shooters, hosted by Tina Salsa, who's running. He runs the Alberta FBS, but also is running a lot of our first-person shooters today and tomorrow. And then we have an F-Zero speedrun by Artful Hobbs, which right now is actually third on the world leaderboard for F-Zero speedrunning. I can't say enough. Baby. It's going to be a hot run.
Legendary.
Trust me. I really, really am.
He's going to get a PB.
I hope so. Oh, if he PBs, he might be second. Like, honestly, he's on the line. Yeah. His tweets were showing him cutting 30 seconds off his time in certain segments. Like, it's going to be good. Trust me. F-Zero GX is a incredible game to watch speedrun, and has a lot of really intricate, difficult tech. Melee players used to talk about how their controllers weren't good enough for F-Zero.
Yeah, okay. Artful Hobbs, if you're watching this right now, if not, I'll message you, but you're definitely going to have to check out QD's panel on hand health and ergonomics.
Yeah.
Because that's not a game that's friendly to your appendages, that's for sure.
And you know what? And the best part is, all of this is happening live on
the stream.
Alberta. Yeah,
on the stream, baby. On the stream. Just tune in. Keep it on all day. Put it on your TV. Chromecast it to your living room TV. Put it on.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole day, baby.
Everything's happening, and honestly, there's so much going on. You can check out. There's community streams for every single, just about every single game. It's all live in the Discord, or you can check out twitch.tv/SmashLogic throughout the day. We'll be featuring various games from various communities. I'm trying to get just everybody on there. And really, hopefully just enjoy the experience. That's really what I want from everybody. Enjoy and make the most of salt mines. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, let's back up a second. We talked a little bit about it. We've touched on it a few times, but obviously we haven't really shown our faces since April. And there's been some big changes in the esports community since the start of AESA, the Alberta Esports Association. And I would love to give you the floor, Victor, to do a little bit of an intro to why this is important and who we are.
Sure, man. So, yeah, this is kind of our first opportunity for Brad and I to talk to everyone about the Alberta Esports Association and kind of all the things that we've been doing over this entire pandemic, basically, the last 7 months. We've been keeping super busy. So this all started in April. right kind of at the start of this pandemic. And obviously, Brad and I are scrambling because all of our events are now uncertain, right? And
Yeah.
then talking about awesome sponsors that we work with, right? We have very like close relationships with Memory Express and Red Bull in particular. And so with them, they were looking to do an event for Extra Life to raise money, Super Smash and COVID, right, in May. So originally, Ronnie spoke with me and was like, all right, so if we do this event, like, and we get together with the communities, like, who do we have to list as partners? So then I was like, well, we'll probably do a Smash tournament, so like the Edmonton Smash community, and then I'll throw in some fighting games too. So we'll do the Edmonton Smash and the Edmonton fighting game community, and that's how we'll start. And then eventually, because it's online, it's like, well, why keep it to Edmonton? Let's get all of Alberta into this. So I DM'd Brad, right? It's slid into his DMs, asked if he wanted to get involved, put this event together. And now, now that we're working with all the communities in Alberta, it wasn't like reasonable for us to go to Extra Life and to, Red Bull Memory Express and say, like, here are our 14 partners. Please list them all, right? So then we thought, and it was difficult for them too, because they asked, like, can we just say like the Alberta Esports communities? Like, can we just give a generic name like that? And all of a sudden, like the light bulb in our heads kind of, turned on, and we thought, man, what if we actually did that? Like, what if we actually took this to the next level and actually created an organization that helped consolidate all the communities while maintaining their full like independent autonomy. So they have full autonomy over their own communities and maintain independence. But just to make it easier for our sponsors moving forward, so when we reach out to other partners and other industry partners, we can just say like, hey, we're the esports, Alberta Esports, blah, blah, blah. We work with X amount of communities. Do you want to get involved, right? And it's way more enticing for us to say that. And because with all of your communities combined, last we counted like months ago, it was like 12,000 people total across all of your Discords, all of your Facebook, all of your Twitters, like all of that combined. And that's way more enticing for like our partners, right, to get involved, that we're like this real, community, versus if we were just to try to work with all the communities independently. And then also with Brad and I being in Edmonton and Calgary primarily, we wanted to also empower a lot of the communities that don't get recognition or would have difficulties getting recognition. So, Edmonton and Calgary tend to be the ones that get the most, support financially and through sponsorships. But we also want to support, the Macomb community and the Fort McMurray community and the Grand Prairie community and Lethbridge and Medicine Hat and all these other small towns and smaller communities that exist. And we kind of act as a conduit for that. So when they reach out to us for sponsorships, we can then kind of extend that offer to all of your communities individually, if they're interested, and as well as all of our community events. And so with the Alberta Esports Association, we applied for incorporation, so we actually want to take this legitimately to the next level. So as of last Tuesday, we are officially a government-recognized, legal, registered nonprofit organization, with Brad and I as the two co-founders and the directors. So we are working really hard to make this thing legit, and because it's a nonprofit. So a couple things too with this. So everyone, I'm sure here, knows people who, they see like especially third parties, they'll see, esports, like this is this big thing, billion-dollar industry globally, right? And they want to get a piece of the pie, and they get in, they throw a bunch of money, and then they disappear because it wasn't profitable, and that's the end of it, right? And then we've gotten burned. Like, I'm sure I can speak on behalf of many TOs and community members here, that we've gotten burned by these third parties that have kind of come in to try to capitalize on this. So the reason that Brad and I are doing this is because, first of all, it's like Brad and I are like the two who kind of lead the largest events in Alberta, and we work with all of you guys in some capacity. So I know that there's some level of trust, and you guys believe in us and have some confidence in us. So that's a good start. But also, we wanted to be explicit that we wanted to be a non-profit organization first and foremost. So we are completely goal orientated and not revenue orientated. So everything that we do is deliberately with the intention to make the communities better and to make you guys grow. With that in mind, with a nonprofit, it's not a charity, which means that even though everything is volunteer run at this time, right, and every piece of revenue that we take in, we put completely back into the community. Our goal is to actually get to the point where we can operate sustainably. So that means we can hire you guys out as contract tournament organizers, contract production staff, to help build up esports events and esports communities with our partners, many of which are under pursuit. So stay tuned for cool news in the future. We can't go into the details. And also, grow ourselves as an actual NPO. So that would mean like staff in the long term, to keep it operational. So those are all the kind of goals that we have long term with AESA. So if you guys are interested, you guys are I'm sure you're all in the AESA public Discord. We have a channel that says volunteer opportunities. So if you'd like to get involved in the future, keep an eye out on that channel. And every time that there's going to be an opportunity where we need people to help TO our events, or help like with production, or we need help here and there, or even career opportunities where, some of the partners that we work with are looking to hire someone to put on their events or to manage their gaming community or whatever it might be, then you guys will more or less be the first to know in that channel. So definitely check it out. And I guess we could talk about, like, we didn't talk about this yet either, in case no one knows, but so Mount Royal University, they're partnered with, if you guys haven't heard already, so Mount Royal University partnered with the University of California, Irvine, and they're delivering the esports management program, which is a continued education program, which means that it's very flexible. It's done like kind of casually over the course of their scheduled semesters. And for this course in particular, it's 4 courses that can be done in any order at any time within like 3 years, and then you'll get your certificate. And the same can be said for a lot of different like career opportunities. So not just with esports management, which I'll get into in a bit, but also like entrepreneurship or floral design or event management, and like a bunch of cool different career opportunities. So if you guys are also looking for schooling opportunities just outside of esports in general, like definitely check it out. So in the case of our program, it talks about the industry and the business of esports. So if you're looking to be a pro player, might not be the right fit, but it would be useful nonetheless. But this talks about like the operations and the industry as a whole. So Brad, myself, Gobbs, who's our production lead, and our friend in the UK who runs the Esports Academy there, is teaching the 4 courses for this program. So if you're interested, definitely check it out and you can register. You can take the courses anytime, like it's already started. Brad's already several weeks into his class.
Week 5, baby.
Yeah, Gobbs is starting this month, and I'll be starting next semester. So definitely check it out. We're kind of in a really interesting position because, of course, you can get the certificate, you can get some education, and you can go elsewhere down in the States or in areas that have like a burgeoning, already kind of live esports industry, right? Especially in California. But then if you're interested in helping esports grow in Alberta to keep it local and make this place a province you can be proud to live in, because sometimes that doesn't feel like that, then you can help us out and help grow the industry here in Alberta.
And
So
I can't speak enough to how much we want to support everyone as well. Like if you've got something going on, you've got an idea, you want to make something happen, talk to us. Talk to any of the executives, any of the team, anyone in the communities. Like I guarantee you, the support is there to make cool things happen.
Definitely.
And that's whether it's you just want to start a cool community, you want to open up a Discord for you want to start the next Fall Guys competitive community, or you really want to just get involved and learn more about esports as a whole. I mean, thankfully that's kind of my class, right? The overview of esports, I get to teach you the difference between the greater scale industry and the local community, and just the methods of where you can fit in. There's jobs in esports that aren't a player. There's managers. There's health coaches. There's everything.
Exactly. So don't if you're into esports, right? You can, and you don't have to be a pro player to be involved in the industry. Like it's another industry just like anything else. So you need all the people like us on the back end making things happen, graphic designers, production staff, right? Social media in general, communications, marketing. There's so much work that needs to get done in order for these kind of events and just the culture in general to actually happen. So if you're you want to get into sports, but being a pro player is not really your interest, then for sure check us out. Volunteer to TO an event, get yourself started, right? And if you have like some skills outside of esports that you can bring to the table, by all means, like reach out. So QT is a great example of that, right? So she is literally a healthcare professional. She's a practicing occupational therapist, right, with a master's. And so she connected with us. We also knew her too, but she connected with us through our HR exec, who is also an HR professional too. So you can see how this all comes to play. And then, we thought, well, what can we do with a healthcare professional on our team? And then immediately she brought up like, oh, we can do a health and wellness initiative. She can talk about hand health and ergonomics and posture and this whole like spectrum of ideas. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Like we should do this, And likewise with Jordan on Jordan is a certified certified professional in HR and certified in mental health first aid. So then Jordan took a huge lead in like developing our code of conduct and our conduct panel and just doing all that. So there's lots of ways that you can help support the association and just support the community as a whole. That is kind of, it's not apparent to esports, like the sexy term of esports, but you can make it happen. You can get it connected. So yeah, well, everyone posture check right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say posture check. Actually, we should do that for a second. Let's talk about who our team is. I'm hoping that tomorrow we have an hour dedicated to talking about AESA and Q&A and answering questions and even just general esports questions if people want to pick our brains. We'll be there, and I want to try to get a bunch of our executives into that chat to have an opportunity to introduce a lot of them. But just from a name perspective, I mean, if you haven't already, go to esportsalberta.ca. There's a team section.
Yeah, /r-team.
Yeah, or the website, just find our team button, and really we can talk about like who we are. Yeah, there's the link. Thank you. But I mean, at the top, I mean, we're all kind of doing equal levels of work here. But the board of directors, you got myself, Victor, and we've brought in Mandy, which I don't know if we've talked about. Bubs, who a lot of the Smash community may already be familiar with, but Bubs is.
Did you know she's a practicing accountant and she's now our treasurer, right?
Yes, tons of experience there, even with previous communities and nonprofits.
Working with other treasury teams in the past.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Mandy.
Shout outs to Mandy. Awesome part of the team and one of our board of directors. So she's going to be really influential moving forward with AESA.
Yeah.
And then we've got our core executive team, which is just a massive star list here. I mean, we already talked about Jordan and Kristen in human resources and health and wellness, but they've both been huge helps in developing the code of conduct, which I want to touch on in a minute. But we've also got Kurt, part of the HR team, dealing with a lot of community outreach. He has a lot of experience in dealing with the YMCA and being a youth worker. He has tons of experience, and he's been working on a lot of cool behind-the-scenes stuff to make better programs for youth and esports and community outreach as a whole. Right. Incredible stuff. You all, I'm assuming most of you know Kurt already. It's a strange name not to know, but Kurt Ashley.
Yeah. Then we got my good Smash Ultimate doubles partner and good friend Alex Nullix. So those of you in Edmonton, I'm sure will know Alex. He's the club president for the U of A Smash Club. Right, so he's the man in charge to help run those 130-person weeklies before the COVID pandemic, and he's our event operations exec.
I gotta tell a quick story about Alex. Alex is a genius when it comes to tournament operations. This guy came to me during Salt Flats, and he does it every time after this monumental, incredible event that goes extremely well, and he goes, I have notes for you. Here, I'll send you a Word file of like how to improve it, like the day of. It's like it's comprehensive.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about a guy who runs a club where we have 4 hours to run a 130-person weekly, and he can make it happen, right?
Yeah.
So he's so again, really valuable to have Alex. Shout out to you, Alex. Also, he won $1,000 on the radio the other day. So again, a genius. Just 10 random like questions. He answered it within a minute and won $1,000. So he's a legend. Alex is a legend.
Yeah, actually a genius. So we're really lucky to have him. And then of course we brought on, and this one's new to a lot of people, but Ryan Ace for business development. He's been around for a little while.
The suit but no tie.
Yeah. The suit but no tie. We brought him in. He actually connected with us because he was working on similar projects. He met me over at Salt Flats earlier this year, and I literally, the guy comes in, never met him before, and he starts busting down cleaning tables, saying, "Hey, what can I do for you?" And he moves like 70 tables himself without any prompting. Like he just does it.
So that goes a long way too. Like when we do events and the volunteer, like we have a team of staff and volunteers, right, that put things together and clean up. But you'll get noticed, certainly, if you do your part, if you help out and you're proactive, like you'll get noticed. You'll get noticed.
Yeah, and he has a background in entrepreneurship, so you'll get a chance to hear him talk at some point, and when you do, you'll realize he knows his stuff. He's really smart at when it comes to excelling business. He's there to keep us on track, mostly to make sure that we're not making promises we can't keep.
Yeah, so he's doing a great job for us, outreaching to partners, doing a lot of business strategic marketing, kind of on the back end. And we recently had an opportunity to talk on a industry panel alongside some huge players in Calgary on our behalf. So you guys can check that out. I'm sure maybe Gobs or even Alex, if you want to link that, it's definitely worth checking out.
Oh, the panel, yeah, for sure. It's a good one. It talks about a lot of the industry locally as well. Like, it's definitely a good idea.
Yeah.
Here, you get. Do you want to introduce Tina?
Yeah, I'll do Tina. So Tina, Shadow Misstep. So I slid into her DMs on Twitter. She actually tossed me a follow. She tossed me a follow, and I was like, "Oh, who is this person?" And I checked her bio, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to DM this lady. So Tina, she's up here in Edmonton, and she is literally the social media for T1 Esports. How is that even possible? So in my mind, I was like, what on earth? Like, this is real? Like, you're posting on T1 socials right now? Like, you're handling all of that? And that is the case. So she worked with G2 Esports in the past. She's run a lot of things with Hearthstone Esports. In the past, she's recognized within like the international esports community kind of as a whole, and she's well connected. And so because of her being in Alberta and her interest in elevating esports locally, she joined our team as our PR exec. So she's working with our media team and with Zgun with social media. And she's just been providing a lot of amazing ideas and strategies on the staff end, and we're just so excited to have her on team. She is so great and just a diamond in the rough for sure, like just incredible.
Well, the value, tier 1 experience, like I can't explain how valuable that is to our local community to have somebody who's worked with the greats, like worked with the top
That's
dogs.
Right.
So really valuable and awesome person too.
And not only that, but like every time you see, so next time you see a meme on like T1 posts a meme, you can just thank Tina. You can let her know that was a good meme, Tina. I do that all the time. That was a good meme.
Did you see the Steve post? It was probably Tina.
And not only that, but like she also hit the ground running. So she started with T1. Like again, she'll go into more of this in the we'll go more into Tina in the podcast following this talk, as well as the women in esports later today as well.
Yeah.
But she did start with T1 right at the beginning of July. So I won't go into the details, but if you're aware of what's happened in July in the esports community, that was her first day of work.
Yeah.
And she handled it amazing. So again, big fan. I'm a fan of our whole team. Sometimes I just sit back and I just think like, how is it possible that we have these people who are willing to dedicate, like volunteer their time, like add a second job to their list to make this happen. So.
Well, and speaking of second jobs, talk about second, third, fourth, and fifth jobs. Gobrin's Andrew Simon is our media and communications and production and graphics, and the list goes on and on and on. He's literally behind the scenes making this stream happen
He's
now.
Happening right now. Yeah, he's a legend.
And by the Lord, we hand him so much work, and every beautiful piece that you've seen come out from AESA has probably been because of Gobs.
Gobs has he has so much work on his plate that he has his own team now. We had to actually get volunteers to be like. So I'll do a quick shout out to them too. So shout out to Andrew, or I should say their tags: Hong Kong Disco, Ty Sirakun, and Bees and Zgun for all being volunteers that are working under Gobs to help offload a lot of his work and to lend their skills to help make this guy's life a little bit easier.
I'm talking like hundreds of hours of work in a week that we pump towards this man, and he handles it all like.
Oh, and Ash as well. Shout out to Ash as well.
Ash as well. Well, and it's amazing. And Ash actually is handling a lot of the Smash Logic stream this weekend. I do want to. Yeah, he's incredible. He's been a huge force behind a lot of our production.
Again,
as well
lots of volunteer efforts, lots of gears behind the scene to make this all work.
But I can't speak enough to how huge Gobrins has been in leveling up our abilities to produce in terms of content, in terms of visuals and everything. It's fantastic. Everything that we've done in terms of our executive team is huge. But Gobs has definitely been a leader in terms of making sure we get better stuff than we had already. And then last but not least, of course, we have the esports specialist.
Yeah, I can talk about Zeke. My good friend, my precious friend, Ezekiel. Zeke. All right, we're dropping frames. We're dropping frames.
Oh.
We're hanging out. We're just hanging out now. We're just hanging out. You guys hear us? We're live though, right?
Live.
Like we're just hanging out.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So we're just chilling out for 1 second.
Out until the frames settle down.
Yeah, I was gonna say mentioning Zeke's name is so powerful that it messed the stream up. But we're holding on. We're just having a little bit of an internet issue, but we're good to go. It should be hopefully back up any second here. The power of Zeke, man.
The power of Ezekiel.
Yeah, when we pop him on screen, it's gonna blow the computer up.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of viewers too. This is great. This is really exciting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm still have plenty of time.
Oh yeah. I'm not worried about it. I'll take this moment to eat a sour gummy. These are actually so fire. I like them a lot.
Yeah, the sour gummies are definitely the best ones.
I swear this package is only raspberry though. I haven't gotten anything else out of it.
Oh yeah?
Well, it's like I'm halfway through and I've only gotten raspberry. There's still Pog. I'm just impressed that it's all one cup flavor.
Uh-oh! Here's... we can't have Bubs say that. We can't have Bubs say that. It's
okay. Wait, oh, yeah, I didn't realize you guys could hear me talk about the gummies. My bad. I thought we were
they can hear us talk about the gummies? Well, you know what? You know what? That is indicative of the fact that we actually really like these gummies.
Really yeah, I'm literally eating them while waiting.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing, too, that I really like about it is...
Okay.
We're going to start?
Yeah. We're going to restart
the stream. We're going to restart the stream.
There'll be 2 seconds. Reset it. Hello, hello. We back. Knock, knock. Can hear you. We're good.
Are we back? Are things back? We're back. We're back. We're back. Awesome. We're back. Cool.
Oh, apparently I'm getting reports that it wasn't just us two. Apparently some other streams were dropping.
Oh, okay.
So it might
good
have been Twitch.
So Zegon is just that powerful, right? That's good to know.
Zeke.
Or no, yes. Yeah,
I mean, Zegon's pretty powerful too.
Yeah, Zegon's powerful too. You know.
All right. Well,
yeah. So
we're talking about Zeke.
Yeah, let's talk about Zeke. So Zeke is our esports specialist. He's, if you don't know, he's like an internationally recognized esports coach, particularly for Smash Ultimate for all you Smashers out there. And he's worked with top players and top clients around the world for those games. And he's been making this happen. He's literally working full stop in the esports industry for the last 10 years. He's sponsored directly by, he's got his Red Bull fridge. He's connected with so many great sponsors, and he brings a lot of his knowledge and expertise onto the team in that sense as well, and the connections that he brings.
And talk about a man of influence. I mean, the guy, everything he touches turns to gold, I swear. He's just had so much strong influence in the communities everywhere he's gone, even throughout the states. Like all the big brands there, he's had like he's like, oh, maybe you should try this, and it turns into $1 million idea. It's honestly it's so valuable having Zeke on our team.
Yeah,
So I
Zeke is a
really
legend.
appreciate it.
Hmm.
And he's been
And
streaming
if you,
Genshin Impact too.
that's right. And if and when physical events ever relaunch, and Zeke does like an in-person coaching session, right?
Oof.
Take that, because that is the deal of the century. It's like, yeah, it's the deal of the century, because he normally doesn't do that because all of his clients are like done online. So if you have the chance to do it in person with him at one of our events, take it for sure.
Well, I
And
don't know. Zeke always tells me not to be humble, so I want Zeke to even say when he gets a chance, all of the different people that he's coached that are literally the number one in their games, like the top level people. Like he's coached almost everybody. It's insane.
And he goes into a lot of like the mentality part component of being an athlete or an esports athlete as well, and just a player.
Yeah.
So all really valuable.
Yeah.
Okay, enough. All right, so that's enough stroking Zeke's ego there. And I love you, buddy. Though I love you, Zeke. Yeah, so that's our core team. But of course, like these are the folks that are, working like 20 plus hours addition like to their regular jobs a week to make to pursue partnerships, to work on their initiatives, to just support us in any way that they can. But then, of course, the AESA community involves all of you. So we have in our core like team Discord, so we have the public Discord, but we also have like a gated staff Discord where we do all of our planning. And in there we have community leads from all the communities. So there's a designated leader, a point of contact from every community that we're partnered with in Alberta that's in there, and involving themselves, coming up with cool ideas, working with us to put these events together, and then liaisoning to their respective communities, and as well as all of our industry partners, Extra Life, Memory Express, Red Bull. They're all in that Discord as well, working alongside with us. So again, that is completely in line with our goal. Like, we want to make this collaborative network where we all work together and we can all grow together. That's the whole goal.
And that's the thing. It's the Alberta Esports Association because it's Alberta. It's everyone. We're not just the people at the top trying to take everything out of it. We literally are trying to create an umbrella where we foster growth for everyone. If you're just an 8-person community or a 10-person community, just having fun playing locals, and it's harder for you to reach out to somebody like Red Bull, let us help you. Let us get involved and grow you into something that's really awesome and really fun for everyone involved. And that's every piece of it, right? It's competitive, it's esports, but it's also fun. It's gaming as a whole picture.
Yes. Oh, it's worthwhile to mention. So we can talk about our sponsors too then, actually, since we just talked about our core team.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about our partners. So again, everything is on our website there, so you can check out. So again, like the key thing that we want to have happen as well is we want people to discover these communities, right? If there's a game that they love and they're able to discover a community that they can join, that's a big win for us. So actually, this is a funny thing about AESA as a whole also. Brad and I, our first plans for this was not to take it to where it's gone, frankly. It was originally just supposed to be like this big directory where it's like, oh yeah, Alberta Esports Association, go to our website and then like search the list for like, oh, like Edmonton Smash community, Medicine Hat Smash community, Alberta Squid Swamp, like just go through the list and be like, oh, these are all the communities, let me just join them and we'll have that's what we thought this was gonna just be, and it's gone beyond that, which is great. The analogy that I always use is that we're like building this plane as we fly, because there's so much stuff that's happening on the back end that we can't talk about just yet, that's keeping us like insanely busy. So yeah, let's talk about our partners. So we talked about Memory Express a lot.
Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Yeah. So we got Memory Express, which you talked about. We have Overclock Gaming. Shout out to Overclock Gaming and for Tim. They're the home of many of our esports communities here in Edmonton. They've lended out their equipment for me over the years to put on events. And they're just a great partner, a great community partner to have. So if you're looking for LAN gaming in Edmonton, definitely check them out. Then we have Mind Buffs. So they're brand spanking new. They're actually 2 registered psychologists that have been working on their own clinics, right? And they're counseling and sports psychologists, but now they're bringing their talents to esports. So to help you with your mentality and for mental health. So just any issues that you might need outside of the gaming space, as well as how to become a better gamer, because they're working with athletes, professional athletes and athletes in general, and they're just bringing that talent to the esports space. So definitely check them out. And a lot of their services are completely covered by basic benefits, so definitely worthwhile.
We already talked a bit about Herbaland, but Herbaland is obviously connected to AESA. That's fantastic.
Yes, I'll say one last thing. Get ready for their announcement post, because we're going to do a $50 giveaway when we announce our partnership with them formally on Twitter. So as soon as you see that, engage in that giveaway. And also, 15% off using the AESA promo code.
There you go. It dropped it. But then we'll speed run a little bit because we're running out of time. But we've got tons of partners. We got Digital Alberta, ICU Video, Smash Logic, the Gaming Stadium, Edmonton Twitch. We've got Northwest College, Extra Life Calgary, Extra Life Edmonton, and even the Grand Prairie Regional Hospital Foundation. So I mean, we've got lots of stuff, and there's tons coming that we can't even talk about. So just really check in. And I think that we really got to jump off. Honestly, we ran out of time. We'll come back on Sunday to see us. But
sorry.
I really we're running into the AESA Insight panel, which we haven't talked a lot about.
We gotta show that. Yeah. That's right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a little teaser of what's coming, of this project that our media team has been working on. That's gonna be really, really sick, and it's gonna show you, just a little highlight of what you're gonna get for the next 2 hours. Well, they interview some of the coolest people in the scene.
And shout outs to Hong Kong Disco for literally making this video in like 4 hours last night. Like, and just turn around, and just the rest of the media team. It's gonna be awesome. You guys will love it.
Yeah, so we're gonna run that little teaser. We're gonna do a Be Right Back, and then we're gonna chill, and we're gonna launch back into the AESA Insight podcast, one of our new projects that's really hype and exciting. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'm sure you'll hear from both of us later today or tomorrow.
Yes. Cheers, everybody.